I'm going to start recording us now. Yeah, I didn't want to get into this game because I lost a lot of players, and I'm very, very upset about that.
I saw the injuries, but have you seen mine? I mean, I have a couple too. So
Oh, we want to get into your team because of what you just pulled off with your quarterback. Me and Haynes are very interested in knowing what just happened.
I'm not talking.
Let's get over here because the Spencer's being passed around like you know what. He's been on how many teams? 5 teams or so.
Well, I'll tell you what. I I do not have answers. If you open up the player cards and you look at Spencer and you look at Landon Rhodes and you look at the bars, their overalls are almost identical. I think my scout sees 50 for Spencer and 51 for Rhodes. So that isn't the difference. And if you look at the soul score, Rhodes is like 42. I don't know. I'm going to open the game up here in a second. It's way up there, and Spencer's is not that high. It's 32. So, I mean, explain to me, because I don't know, explain to me how the guy with the lesser bars is outplaying the other guy. The other guy's younger. I mean, is it experience? I mean, and you know, I think back to all the times, and I've been playing this game since like August of 2004, so it's like 17 years plus now. And you can think about all the people you've seen that had a QB that they just couldn't make that guy work. And is this why? Has it always been there? And because to me, yeah, I go once in a while and I look at T-Zac's calculator, but I'll forget to do that. But on Ben's site, it's right there. Yeah. You can go right to that website and it says, bang, here's what your QB's avoid interception is.
Yeah.
You don't have that in any other league. So in all these other leagues I played in for all these years, did we just not realize that that's what it was that was keeping these, you know, I'm talking 60 and 70 overall guys that played like shit, and you're like, okay, why is this? Is that all it was all that time? Because it's an easy explanation. It sure looks like it now.
Yeah, Ben's explanation last time on that was very helpful, and it makes a lot of sense regarding avoid interception.
Okay, but what he also said is what I've said for years. You can have an overall rating and a great avoid interception bar, but if you don't have the bars that are going to take advantage of what you're trying to do on offense, the guy's pretty much worthless. So look at the bars Rhodes has. Sense rush, accuracy, scrambling ability, third down bar. I mean, it's all there.
I know. Your game plan that you have right now must work for Spencer much better than Rhodes.
I'll tell you what. That's
because look, he's thrown seven touchdowns, one interception. Rhodes is 4 and 6 interceptions.
Yeah. All I'm going to say about game plans is you never know who can teach you something.
And what do you mean by that? Explain that one.
Yeah, explain that one.
Talk to Tony.
Tony
I
who?
I had a playoff game against Tony last year, and we lost the game, and I was not happy. And I went through that game with a fine-tooth comb, and I actually learned some things about myself and my team and my game plan and his. And I mean, you can learn an awful lot from somebody that, you know, you think, hey, you know, this guy doesn't have a high-powered offense, and you know, we should be able to go in there and win this game, and you lose the game, and you're like, God damn it! And then you go in and start looking, and you're like, well, this guy's pretty smart. Look what he did here.
So what are you going to do with Rhodes?
What's that?
What are you doing with Rhodes?
Do you want
to tell us what you want for him, or is you're just going to wait for bids to come in?
I don't want to give him away for a bag of Doritos and a Pepsi, but I mean, I don't think anybody's going to come offer him a first, a second, and a third like you got for Johnny Heath either. So, you know,
I don't know.
You never know with this one.
I mean, we'll have to see what somebody offers up, but I mean, the trade deadline isn't that far away.
If I didn't have McConnell, I would offer something for Rhodes, definitely. Myself, I would put him on my team as my quarterback.
I don't know. First of all, I don't know if I can re-sign Spencer.
How long did you sign him for?
I just picked him up as a free agent, so he's on a 1-year deal.
I don't think anyone next season is going to try to pick him up, so you can probably sign him again.
Yeah. Okay, what kind of crazy money is he going to ask for?
I don't know. He'll be in his 12th season. What can he be asking for? $30 million?
I bet you Mac will come back after him.
He'll want more than $30 million, right?
I would think so. Starter's
think?
money.
Especially if you have a good season with him.
12,
Start.
but he's going to be in his 12th season. He's a
He
50
won't-
rated.
he
He might
won't care.
drop a little bit after this year.
He's going to want starting QB money.
Okay.
He's gonna want something in the 40 million range, or close to it.
And the only way you're going to beat that is by throwing a ton of bonus at him. And I don't know if I want to do that to a player that age.
Or you'll be in cap hell like, what's his name, Merchant Man. Where he had to drop all his players because he was trying to save his 2 wide receivers.
I feel real good, though, about where I'm at with game plans.
I'm not happy, by the way.
I'm not upset at all. It's working in multiple leagues, and I blame 2 guys. I blame T. Haynes for helping me with the offense unintentionally, and I blame Ben for helping me with the defense unintentionally, because when I game planned for his game this year, it worked. Now, he'll probably adjust and smash me the next 10 times we play like he probably did the first 10. But that one time showed me some things, and they are working everywhere. And I'm like, okay, let it ride. And I'm going to be a surfer. I'm going to ride that wave until it dies.
And that's it.
So you hit game plan nirvana.
When you put that offense and that defense together, it's doing pretty well. I mean, I don't know that I can fully tell you that I understand exactly why, but I don't look a gift horse in the mouth either.
Yeah. So what did I help you with?
Do you want me to tell the world?
Good. Share with everybody. That's what this is for.
I think game planning, as much as you can look at, especially in offense now I'm talking, you can look at a bunch of different things, and I'll start this by saying that there's a buddy of mine that I talk to almost on a daily basis, and we're just absorbed in this game. We're obsessed. And he and I will back and forth, and we've both have said the primary target, I'm betting you about 80% of the time your QB's going there. So, I mean, that's the one that matters. It's not like the secondary is this huge issue, but I think route combinations are what make your game plan work. It's not just the primary. It's what you're having the other people do. And I know that sounds like real football, and everybody's going to tell me, no, it's all ones and zeros. Okay, so pick out a team that's doing well and go look at the plays that are getting them 15 or 20-yard gains or better, and get on the game log, and then take your game and open up a single-player game and create those plays and tell me why the same route combinations are there. Because they're there.
Well, your team's playing off the charts this season. You're second in defense.
I have never.
You're number 5 in total offense.
I have never been in the top 10 in the power rankings in IHOF, and I believe we're number 3. We dropped from number 2 to number 3 today. I'm like, that's terrible. You know what? You guys are going to run extra laps after practice.
And your scoring offense is ranked number 9, 24 points per game. Not bad.
And that's after Rhodes. I mean, he threw 6 picks in 2 games.
Yes, he did.
So at what point did you pick up Spencer after what week?
I picked up Spencer prior to week 3 when I was playing Quicksand Chesapeake. And that is when I realized the defense I had to go back to that defense because I went in again and decided, okay, well, we're going to take a long look at what Quicksand does and see if we can do the same thing we did against Ben. And I failed miserably. He ripped us to shreds. But Rhodes threw 3 picks to help him. So by the time we were done, it was an avalanche. I'm standing there like this trying not to get crushed by all the shit falling on me, you know. And when the game was over, we signed Spencer prior to that game. Now think about this, and I think it's hilarious. The last thing I did was I deactivated the backup QB, so there was an open roster spot for Spencer to come on, and I figured I'm going to take the chance. I don't think I'll get AI'd. I'm not going to cut anybody. I'm going to just do that. They signed Spencer prior to the game. The head coach was so tired of Rhodes, he put him in the fourth quarter. He'd been on the team for 10 minutes. And I thought, you know what? Let's just start this guy and get it over with. Let's see if we got anything here or not, because I wanted another veteran option.
So your team was so far behind.
Yeah, they put him in.
The AI put him in.
Yep. And I was like, you know what? He's right. That's the guy that ought to be under center. Let's just try it next week.
Yeah. And that's how it happened.
Yep. And I mean, I've looked at Brady Spencer about 3 times. Because if you look at his transactions, Mech signed him, and then his contract expired, and he hit free agency, and then he re-signed him to a 1-year deal. And that contract expired, and he hit free agency again, and he re-signed him to like a 2-year deal or a 3-year deal then. And then I guess he held out in 2100, and he cut him. And he didn't play last season at all. So
I'm surprised he's still in the league.
How does he have 7 TDs and 1 pick? I mean,
now, Haynes, did you have him on your team first?
He drafted him.
You drafted him.
Well, that was before my time.
Okay.
But yeah, he was a Osprey for a couple of years.
And then Howie had him, if Howie was in the league at that time.
He was on Howie's team the year Howie won the bowl. That's where he got his ring.
And then he went to Mech, and he couldn't get him to work.
Well, Mech said today, he posted in the thread, he'd still be on his team if he could have afforded him. His cap was too tight.
Oh, is that why? Okay.
And I liked him enough to look at him and think about him as a backup, but I never – the one season I really did think for a split second. I was so frustrated with Ladner. I looked at him, I thought, okay, this guy wants – I think he wanted about $12 million. And I was like, okay, so Ladner – I could save like $39 million if I just cut Ladner and sign him. I thought about it for a minute. I probably should have done it from the looks of things.
And how many picks did you give up for Ladner?
1, 2, and a 3, and to get Rhodes. I'm like, I thought this guy was going to be the answer.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed.
I'm kind of shocked that he's not producing for you.
I've never been more disappointed in a player. I don't think ever. He was supposed to come in here and I don't know about tear the league up, but he was supposed to take my offense to a level where we could compete, and he didn't. And then Spencer did. Really? I mean, that's ass backwards. I don't understand.
Yeah, that avoid interception for Landon Rhodes is
22.
Pretty bad.
22.
So I have 23.8. Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty brutal.
And Spencer's is only like 67, so it's not like he's off the charts. But that's how much difference that 23 is making.
It does hurt because of McConnell, my quarterback.
He's playing lights out.
He is for his 4th season, but the first 3 seasons he was an interception machine.
Well, you had to wait.
But he has turned it around immensely. He's got 12 touchdowns to 1 interception, and that was our biggest problem with my team was turnovers. We couldn't compete when I'm giving everyone a short field. So they'll score like 2 touchdowns, and I'm down already 14 points.
Well, the thing that I thought was crazy, and one of the first things I noticed about this defense, I played Ben, and Ladner threw a pick, and they returned it all the way to like the 6 or 7 yard line. and he went for it on 4th and 1 or 4th and 2 and didn't make it. Turned it over on downs, and we punched the ball out to around the 30-yard line or so and punted, and he got a big return, and he come back to like 1st and 10 on my 32-yard line, and that was a field goal. And I'm like, wait a minute, that should have been 14 points. So that's when I knew. I was like, okay, this defense is going to be worth taking a longer look at. And
yeah, you held Ben's quarterback to 162 passing yards with a 4.76 yards per attempt. His running back, you stopped them. The most they gained was 3.65 yards
and
per
you can
carry.
pull up my defensive roster. It's not, loaded with, 60, 70, 80 overall guys. They're not there. Now, I did add some corners in this year's draft. I think that's helping our pass defense. And they're not developed yet, so that may actually get even better. But, our linebackers are not, star-studded. Our D-line is certainly not. And I already lost the rookie defensive tackle. He got a knee injury now. He's already gone. I don't know if he'll be back or not. Hopefully next season he'll be back. Emmett Kareem, is that his name? I guess I should open up the game while we're talking, huh?
Yeah, open it up.
Yeah, Emmett Kareem, he's out for 30 weeks.
So when's that going to be? Will he be back for
next season?
Huh?
Yeah, next season.
Okay, will he be back for preseason or training camp, or is he going to be fine when the season rolls? Or
well, that's a good question. I don't
know
what
the calculation is on that, how that works.
I can't answer that one. I have no clue.
But you do have some serious injuries over in Kansas. I looked today. I was like, wow, both his tackles.
It has been open season on my offensive linemen this whole year, this whole season, the past 6 games. They've been going down like flies, and it's annoying. I got a guy, my right tackle is out for 19, so I'm going to put him on IR. My left tackle's out for 3 weeks. Thank God I have a bye coming up this week, tomorrow. I meant Monday's game.
I noticed Outer Banks kind of started out slow, but he's crawled right back in the middle of things. I saw that this morning. You're tied for first again.
Yeah, I'm dealing with some injury issues as well. So, that's probably the big thing for me this season. Big difference anyway has been, my stud all everything linebacker is now going to be out for 6 weeks. He was out for 4 weeks. I brought him back after 2 weeks. He was listed as probable. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna bring him back. So I did, and he gets hurt again.
See, that's always my fear. If it's a regular season game and it's a player that I need, if I'm going to have any chance in the playoffs, I'm waiting until he's 100% most of the time. Now, if it's a playoff game, all bets are off. Get out, rub some dirt in it, take a lap, get out there. But in the regular season, do I want to win week 5 or do I want to win a wild card or a divisional round game?
Yep. Lesson learned.
Yeah, but you have turned around your team. You have turned around your team, Haynes.
Yeah, he's right back in the middle of it.
Max Dillon, he's putting up some good numbers. Your interceptions are a little high, but outside of that, not bad.
Yeah, his first couple of games were pretty atrocious, but he's gotten back in the groove.
Hey, I'd like to ask you guys both a favor before we go any further.
Yes.
Because if you can't agree to this, I might have to hang up the phone and leave the show. But neither one of you is allowed to make any predictions about Chicago this year, okay? None. I don't want to hear it. We're a third-place team. We're no good.
There's no such thing as a jinx, as bad luck or anything like that. And I'll prove it to you. We can do a science test. Wear your favorite T-shirt, hat, or whatever, and see how many bowls you win. Let's see how many lottery tickets you win.
No predictions.
We won't say a word. Red zone. But it's going to be a close one, looks like.
Well,
Yeah, you guys are neck and neck.
and I looked at the schedule, and I got news for you. It's pretty similar. There's really no edge for one team or the other because I forget. I have to play Oakland, and you still have to play Ben. We play each other twice. I still have to play Mech and Iowa one more time. The games are. It's not that different in terms of strength of schedule. I mean, it's going to be another dogfight all the way down to the wire.
Yeah, Mech's in it right there too.
Yeah, he's not too far out either. He's only got, what is he, 3-2?
He's 3-2.
Okay,
And,
and he's had his bye week.
He just won 25-20 this week.
And Iowa, don't count Hunter out. I don't know if he's paying attention or not. He may be busy with real life. I mean, he has spurts where things get crazy, and he doesn't have a lot of time for FOF. But don't count him out.
I noticed with Iowa, he'll do not too good in the first part of the season, and then he ramps it up and he does well in the second part.
That may be. He's not someone to take lightly.
But yeah, I was looking at our division, and I'm looking at how many points each team is putting up. Like you put up 145 to 110 you've given away. I've put up 142 and given away 71. Mech 120 and 109, but Mech, he's only played 5 games. We played 6.
Right.
Same thing with HB. He's given up 80. He's put up 86, but given up 121. So his offense is not working. It must be. I think his quarterback. He got a new quarterback.
I think he's been kind of bouncing between two of them ever since Spencer left. I'd have to go look a little closer at the stats to see how many starts they have, but I don't think he's actually comfortable with either one of them yet. I mean, we'd have to ask him. Got to get him on here someday.
Yeah, I try. If whoever wants to jump on, they're free to contact me, and the next one. Because what I like to do one time is to run down all the trades and stuff and see how they panned out with teams.
Well, I got one for you. Let's look at the Johnny Heath trade.
I'm disappointed that he's not playing Johnny Heath. I think Johnny Heath is in the same category as
Willie Monroe.
Well, Willie Monroe wasn't
No,
playing
like
earlier this
my-
year either, though. He was sitting him on his bench and playing another guy.
No, like my quarterback, McConnell.
Oh, McConnell.
He is exactly almost the same as McConnell.
Pull
McConnell's
up
a
Chesapeake.
36 rated quarterback.
Pull up Chesapeake and look at Seth Crawford. Now, he had a bad game, and I guess he sat him down and played Willie Monroe today. But he started 6 games last year and outplayed Monroe, and he started 5 games this year before today. He hasn't been playing Willie Monroe.
No, he hasn't.
After that big contract? Holy cow.
No, he hasn't.
That's crazy.
I thought that was insane. I got the line of the year, though. I'm not sure I get the inside joke. I guess whenever he wins a game really convincingly, Quicksand will post Pig is strong.
Pig is strong, yeah.
So I was going to nickname Brady Spencer Brady Pig Spencer. So every time he posts that, I can quote him and say, yes, he is. I don't know if he would appreciate that or not. I thought it was pretty funny.
But I was hoping Paris gave him another shot. His game plan might not be working for him. And that's what I think it is.
Well, he's running a pretty run-heavy game.
He's running the ball.
Because
So
Joyner, he's got Joyner now.
He picked up Joyner from XCOM.
Yes.
But a run-heavy game plan should be quarterback-friendly, you would think. You're not asking him to carry the team. Just don't make mistakes and get us in the end zone.
Because he's putting up interceptions almost the same as Heath. And because Heath hasn't played, so you have to give him a couple of games. I mean, a couple of a season or so to have another full season, and then he'll start producing. But you got to have the game plan also for him. Like we were talking about your quarterback, Red Zone, with Rhodes. We're scratching our heads saying, why isn't this guy playing well? And he has the bars. But then you
Well,
have guys who do not have the bars that play well.
well, that's my biggest fear. I'm going to trade Landon Rhodes to somebody, and the next thing I know, he's leading the league in touchdown passes and taking them to a bowl, and I'll be over here going, yeah, okay.
So yeah, I was kind of disappointed that he didn't make it. He benched him because he was
So Rhodes didn't ever play a full season with you, right? Red Zone?
Yeah, he played last season and had his best season. I thought he would get even better this year. That's why I'm so confused. I'm like, look at the last 5 games of last season. He played lights out. I'm like, okay, I got this figured out. He's going to be fine. And, we had a veteran receiver, Wright, that retired. And the other 2 guys, Brush and Clancy, are getting older. And I brought in my rookie this year, who's playing pretty good. And last year's rookie isn't doing, I guess, terrible so far. And Brush is still playing some. So our receivers have kind of actually decreased as far as I'm concerned, and as far as how good they are. I mean, the talent level's dropped, but it doesn't seem to be affecting Spencer at all. And we haven't thrown the ball that much to the tight ends. I mean, I've tried to feature Sawyer ever since he got here, and it just doesn't work. I can't get him the ball enough. He's primary or secondary on damn near every play, and they're going somewhere else, or it's incomplete, or I don't know if they're double covering him. I haven't looked at that.
You trying to get the ball to who? Myers?
The tight end,
Sawyer.
So yeah.
So I mean, I can't really explain what the difference is from last year to this, but I mean, I'm looking at it now. Where is he? 2101. The last 5 games. Whoop, that's this year. Last 5 games, he had QBRs of 104, 133, 97, 107, and 97. Did not throw a pick in any of those 5 games. Threw 8 TDs in those 5 games and won 4 of them. I thought, okay, he's ready to go. And then this is what we get this year. I give up.
Interesting.
I'm going to stop looking at any other rating except avoid interceptions. Because that's the only explanation I've got. And I mean, I was laughing. Ben took a screenshot of him and put him in the one post. I said, okay, we're getting some publicity now, right? Yeah. And look what he went and did after that post. I think Ben put the hex on him.
Well, week 6 was interesting. I'm looking at the games right now. Arizona facing Malpow, and taking them out 25-20. I got to tell you, Mac turned around his team a lot.
Yeah, he's had a couple good years.
His running game was off the charts. 32 attempts, 172 yards, 5.38 yards a carry. So he went all run with his team.
Well, that game. Trying to remember which game it was we had. We had a crazy running total.
Sorblade's team has been sputtering, but he won. He beat Atlanta 23-15.
Yeah, we ran all over Hanalei too. Malpow. 38 carries for 295. I'd say their run defense is maybe slipped a little. He needs to draft some run defenders.
Brother Grimm, he edged out Quicksand at 30-24.
That's a nice win.
Yes, it is. That was a big win for him.
Yeah, in the division.
Yeah, Willie Moore, Willie Monroe, he did well that
They
game.
put him back in there today. I don't know.
I
I guess
would keep him in.
I guess he's going back to him. I don't know. I mean, it looks to me, like I said, I pulled up the player card on the other QB, Seth Crawford, and I think just from the looks of things, he's got a little bit of the same thing I had with Rhodes. The guy finished real strong, so he started the year with him. But apparently the play wasn't great, and he had that. I guess he had a bad game last week, and he went back to Monroe.
Yeah, his quarterback, he threw 59%, 7.04 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, an 86 quarterback rating.
Crawford tossed 4 picks last week. That's why. And he said 6 in the last 3 games. And today he didn't play at all, so it really was 6 in 2 games. He pulled Landon Rhodes on him.
The shock of the season is T-Zac's team.
Yes, it is. How's that going on?
He lost 38-7 to Tucker.
Okay, well that doesn't shock me. But he's 1-4 or 1-5 now.
He's 1-5.
Okay, that shocks me.
That's shocking. Yeah.
You want to lose a game to Ben? Okay, well you lost to Ben. There's no shame in that. Lots of us have done that. But 1-5, really? And I think I looked at it a little bit when I was looking at these QBs this morning when I got the file. If you pull up Fort Wayne and you pull up Corey Mason, he dropped last season and he stayed the same this year. He didn't go back up. That's the only thing I can figure is Mason is not the same player. And that's
his bars.
He mentioned that his playbook or game plan wasn't. He didn't feel like it was up to snuff, so that could be a big issue.
Well, with him it is because he throws the ball so much.
Right.
Yeah, I don't even think he.
Maybe he'll come get Landon Rhodes and turn him into a superstar. So what do I do if T-Zac comes? If the phone rings and it says T-Zac on the caller ID, do I answer it? Or do I tell my secretary, just let that phone ring?
It depends on what he's going to give you at the end of the day, right?
You always answer the phone.
I guess.
That's it. Exactly what Haynes says. Even if I call you, you answer that phone.
Oh, wait. You told me. Tony, do you remember what did he say exactly? He would never make a trade with me because we're in the same division.
Exactly. But you still answer my phone
now
call.
I'm supposed to forget all about that and make a trade with him, right? I don't know.
Well, you could answer the call.
Well, what I would say is what you're offering me is fair, and because of your earlier comment, you'll need to add a 2nd-round pick to that.
And then we have Outer Banks taking on the Red Minutes, 38-20. That was a nice play. I got to tell you, Dylan, that game, 21 of 29, 295, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, quarterback rating of 124. Yards per attempt, 10.17. Good play.
Yeah, if we could do that every week, that'd be golden.
That's a lot of 1-2s, huh?
Right.
Your tight end Morse, nice, 102 yards receiving.
Yeah, I've got 3 tight ends that I really like, and Morse is he's about to age out, so I'm gonna let him run his contract out. But I've got Harvey Vance, and then I just drafted Kendall Hartman. So I'm pretty well set for tight ends for a while, I think.
Yeah, Harvey Vance, nice one.
Where's Howie? He couldn't make it.
He had something going on today, and he couldn't do anything till much later in the day.
Doesn't he realize that FOF takes precedence over work or family or anything else?
I'm sure when he hears this, he's going to be laughing. I told him, don't worry, next time.
I mean, you understand, if you had a radio show on Thanksgiving Day, right when we were sitting down to eat dinner, I'd probably be here.
You're hardcore, Bob.
So, Haynes, what did you do to get your team clicking again?
Um, Not much really. I tend to stick pretty closely with my game plan. I'll make a few tweaks here and there, but I normally tend to just stay the course. I switch my defenses around more often than my offense.
Yeah, me too.
But on offense, I normally stay the course. Where I'm run first, stay out of third and long, dink and dunk, and long pass every now and then.
Just to keep people honest. Yep.
Yep.
Now, let's see on your.
Tony's offense is very efficient. I noticed that. We played a playoff game and he beat me 13-9. So there wasn't a lot of offense, but he controlled the ball. He controlled the clock.
Yeah.
And what he was doing worked. I mean,
yeah.
The score is not indicative of how effective I think his offense can be. I mean, and if you look further in the year, where was the big high-scoring game with Oakland? Was that in the playoffs?
That was a conference championship.
Okay. So he beat me 13-9, and then what'd you lose that one, 38-31 or something?
38-35, I think.
Okay, so
it was you went on a field goal.
It's not like you can't score points, okay? I mean, your team plays the game that, is out in front of them. But when they needed to score points against Oakland, they did.
Yeah.
Your red zone completion is 58%. Your third down conversion is 36 for passing. I'm only speaking about passing. And your third down completion percentage is 52% on third down. So completing it is just 52, but getting the first down is 36.
Okay, you want to laugh? Pull up the Chicago team summary and look at our third down conversion rate and tell me how long I'm going to be able to keep that up.
How do I do that? Because it's going to show my... Oh, I got it.
Team summary. Third down conversions. How long will I be able to keep that up?
Wow. 48%.
Not long.
That is impressive.
I'll bet you next week we go like 1 out of 15 on third down.
So who... Is it your running backs?
I don't know without looking a little further, but I think I know. But
Well, your quarterback, Spencer, is giving you 53%.
Well, he's a lightning rod. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to ride the wave. Like I said,
He's 63% completion on third down.
And he's gotten better each week.
But getting the first down is 53%, which is very good.
That's the scary part. He's gotten better each week.
Your red zone is bad, 47%.
The first week, he was only 15 out of 35. Then he went 21 of 31. Today, he went 20 of 28. QBR has gone from 68 to 109 to 135. If he can play better than that next week, well, he can't play better than that Monday. We're on a bye. But on Tuesday, we play Oakland. I hope he can play better than that against Oakland. I may need it.
Oh, I need Oakland to take you guys down. Because I know Jug was upset that he lost to my team. So he doesn't want to lose to you, Red Zone.
Yeah, thanks for setting that up for me so nice.
He's going to come after you with everything he has.
Yep, I'm sure.
I've got Juggernaut on the calendar this year too, so it'll be a nice rematch. I play him week 13.
Let's see here. So let me go back to the weeks. Julio destroyed North Plainfield 27-0.
Julio's team is really playing well right now.
Yes, it is. Goes 16-0. Congrats, Julio, last season for that.
I think he's going to start punishing people for losing the bowl last year. I think he's angry.
Yeah. He's got a chip on his shoulder now.
He's angry. He's going to start taking it out on everybody else.
Pierce has been off the charts this season. His quarterback.
Yeah. He's always good.
Then we have Ex-Con. He won. He beat Bordeaux 24-17. He's
That was his first win of the season.
Yeah, I don't understand. If you look at the power ratings and all of his rankings, his team's pretty good. How's he 1-5?
I think his is a quarterback issue. I mean, he dumped Joyner because he wasn't producing,
And he hasn't replaced him. Let me see, Harlem.
He's got Mills.
Yeah,
Remember he talked about that? He was trying to figure out which quarterback to go with.
Yeah.
Well,
It might be that Mills is taking its time to get acclimated in his offense.
I don't know. I mean, one of the questions I have, one of the biggest questions about Brady Spencer is, if you talk to somebody and everybody has like their little niche where I think this is really important, and somebody else is like, nah, that's not important. I think this is important. And everybody's got that one thing they kind of key in on a little more than everything else. Mm-hmm. If you get somebody that's big on cohesion, they're going to tell you can't go out and make a trade for a QB. Your passing cohesion will go in the toilet. Okay, so explain Spencer to me. And then, I mean, I had Brady Ladner for all those years. All that cohesion didn't do me any good at all. So, I mean, I'm just sitting here scratching my head. It's the same thing with this Mills. Now, Mills has been on the team for 5 years. And actually, he has 2 years as a starter. I didn't realize that. 2099 and 2100 he played. But, I mean, if you look at those seasons, wouldn't that tell you, based on past history, that he probably wasn't going to be all that successful with less TDs than interceptions? Low average per attempt. Not even great completion percentages. I mean, I don't know. XCOM, if you're listening, who's this other guy you were looking at? Stanley Maroney? Maybe it's time to look at him.
Stanley Maroney.
Bigger sense rush bar. I mean, he didn't play great last year in Williamsburg, but he's not in Williamsburg anymore. I think I'd put him in and find out.
I told him, as a suggestion, play what's his name for 8 games, see what he does, and then play the other guy for the other 8 games and see what he does. And that way you can kind of get a sense of which one maybe fits your system better.
Well, I think when you're 1-5, you already have a sense. It's time to look at the other guy.
Yeah.
So that was him. Next up is Chicago taking on Iowa. 27-17. Chicago.
I was worried about that game.
You were?
He always plays me tough.
But Spencer had an awesome game.
And our running game really didn't do as much this week as they had in the previous weeks. I mean, it was mostly Spencer and the defense.
Spencer, 20 of 28, 254, 3 touchdowns, no interception, 135 quarterback rating, 9.07 yards per attempt. Can't beat that. Running backs were decent. And you guys, Spencer spread the ball around to everybody. Everyone.
Well, that's the one
piece.
thing he does that I like. It seems like everybody gets targets.
Mm-hmm. He's very good. And Patterson for Iowa, his yards per attempt were small, 5.06. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Well, if I make it to the playoffs this year, I hope I don't run across Chicago.
Well, we're not even sure Chicago will make the playoffs this year. We're not making predictions, remember?
And then I flop. I shit the bed, losing to Fairbanks 10-3. I lose half of my team.
See, I really thought the week before now. Let me pull up. Where'd it go? Right here. We played Fairbanks week 5, and we won 21-13. But if you pull up the box score from that game
Of last week?
yeah, Chicago and Fairbanks.
Let me get that.
That game was pretty even. I mean, we ran the ball better, but he didn't have any trouble throwing it. And the total yards weren't that different. The time of possession was like 4 minutes, 3:45 or something. I don't know what the difference is exactly. Look at the red zone trips. Look at third down. I mean, we did really well on third down. That's probably why we won the game. But I mean, I felt like that game was a lot. Well, it's not a lot closer because we only won 21-13. But I mean, I felt like he played us pretty tough. So, I mean,
Yeah, he did. He did.
You know, and he played you tough today. So I mean, he's a lot better than his record too. What's his record now?
He is
2-4. He's better than a 2-4 team.
He's probably scratching his head the same way, saying, "What's wrong with my team?"
He's better than a 2-4 team, in my opinion.
Because his quarterback was good today. 24-36, 323 yards, 95 quarterback rating. My quarterback went 23 of 37, 241, with 1 touchdown, no interceptions, with a 90 quarterback rating. It was just, I'm scratching my head. I'm glad my defense showed up again, and it's just been holding people. And we missed the field goal to tie the game, so that really hurt as well. I can't stand my field goal kicker. I got to get rid of him. In any event, we fall, so there's that loss you've been asking for, Red Zone.
Yeah, I sent a text. You sent a text yesterday asking about the show, and I said, yeah, I can probably make that. I said, hey, can you do me a favor? And I was going to wait till he asked me what it was, Tony, but I didn't have time. I was busy helping my son move, and I finally just typed it all in one lump. I said, could you stop winning? I said, because I'm 4-1 and I'm in second place, damn it. And he went out today and lost the game for me. What a guy.
What a guy.
How's it feel being in first place?
It's been a while. I like it.
There you are. They have you on top. If you see my
It's been a while. That's because of division record. I'm 2-0 and you're only 1-0. That'll change.
I should share my screen with you guys. Damn, I thought I was sharing my screen. How do we do this again? Yeah,
It couldn't get much tighter, though.
I haven't done this in a while.
Both 4-1 in the conference.
So
Both 4-0 at home.
What's that?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I've been looking at the IHOF forum and then going back and forth between the game and the forum. And going through the games here. Then Oakland, Jugs, 26-12, beating Colorado. Colorado has a good team as well. Pfizer?
Yes.
Yeah, he's put it together this season.
Pfizer. I said last year on one of the shows,
Yeah.
Pfizer is a really good GM. When he gets the players, he'll be competitive, and it looks like he's starting to put it together. He's been around a long time. I guess he played in the GML.
Yeah, he was in the GML with
He
us.
came to IHOF when GML closed.
Yeah.
But he's been playing for years.
And he won championships over there, so
Oh, I'll bet.
yeah.
I have no doubt. I remember him from GEFL, and we're talking 2009, 2010. That's a long time ago.
Yeah,
And he was really good then.
He's just winning with his team. I've been watching this team.
Didn't he draft a QB recently? And he's now starting to develop? Let me look. Colorado.
No,
He picked up Evan Drake.
yeah.
But Evan Drake's not playing well for him.
No, not really. Must be doing it with defense in the running game then.
It is because he's a 67 rated quarterback. He's thrown 9 interceptions.
His passing offense is ranked number 6 though. So he's slinging it around.
He's getting the yards. Oh, yeah. He's averaging 250 plus a game.
Is he, huh? Where is
Well, let me see the standings. He's only given up 87 points. He's winning on defense, too.
he? Mm-hmm.
That's 17 points a game.
He's number 10 in scoring defense.
And Jug's the same way, 85. That's exactly 17 points a game. Pfizer's like 17.2. I mean, they're not letting you score, so they don't have to as much.
No, they're not. They're just stacking that line and stopping people. What are you, Haynes?
Scoring defense? Yeah, I'm off this year. 27.
What were you last year? You were up there, right?
Yeah, I was in the top 10 scoring defense.
And you're ranked 13.
You know who we haven't talked about?
Red zone.
It's Houston. It's the only undefeated team.
Yes, it is.
And he's only given up 75 points in 6 games.
His defense is ranked number 2 in scoring.
That's 12.5 points a game average. 6 games, 75 points. That's 12.5 points a game average. That's insane. Who's he playing? Like
San Antonio.
He
He played San Antonio first game. He played the Menace the second. He played
barely got past
Mal.
Elgin.
He played Orlando. He played Swordblade. And he played on San Antonio again.
And Atlanta's a division game for him, isn't it? Yeah. And they're 1-5. Look at his division. He's almost got it clinched now.
Oh, definitely. That division, shocked that that's happening right now.
He's 5 games in front of Atlanta. If he beats him, T-Zac's the only one got any chance of catching him if he beats Atlanta on Monday.
He's gonna have he has a big game on the 9th, week 9, against Ben's team.
But by then it may not matter.
Mm-hmm. No, but you want to see how your team holds up against a powerhouse team, because you're going to have to play those teams in the playoff.
Sure, but he won't have to play Ben unless he sees him in the bowl. Oh, no, he's in his division. There's conference. Never mind.
Conference.
I was looking at it wrong. But if he's 7-0 and Atlanta's 1-6, that's a 6-game lead with 9 to play.
I know.
You may as well have clinched your division. T-Zac will be the only person that has any chance of catching him if he wins on Monday.
His defense is lights out. 12.5 points
losing,
scored.
What's he going to do? Go 2-6 after a 7-0 start? I mean, I don't see it.
No, I don't see it either. Because his team is scoring 25 points. His team is putting up points. If his team was only putting up, let's say, 13 points or 14 points, then that can happen.
We got to get a hold of Matt, MIJB, see what the record is for the earliest you've ever clinched a division. Because he's going to clinch real early.
I'm also shocked with Howie's team. Howie's 2-4. His defense just did a 180. His defense has allowed 25 points per game.
Howie and I talk once in a while on Discord. He's having trouble getting the rushing attempts that he wants. When his team runs the ball, even if they only run it okay, they don't have to run it well. But when they run it enough, his QB plays better. And I've said for years, what did Quicksand say on one of the shows? What's the best way to stop the run? Get better at QB and wide receiver. And we all laughed. And I think that's true. I agree with him. I've had that philosophy for years. But it's not so much running the ball. You're running the ball to move the clock. You're running the ball to, if you run 30 times for 90 yards, Oh, that's terrible. Is it? You still got 90 yards of offense. You still killed the clock for 30 carries, and that's 30 times your QB didn't have to throw. So now when he does throw, he's going to be more effective. And they have to game plan when you run 30 times, because if they come out and cover 3 and cover 4 all game, you're going to run them over. So they have to come out with a defense that's at least okay against the run, and that makes your passing game better. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be super effective, but you've got to get enough carries to make your passing game work. And he's not been able to do that. He's struggled with that.
However,
that's my offensive game plan, right? In a nutshell, I'm looking to run it 30 times a game, whether I'm successful at it or not. It doesn't matter. My team plays better the more I run.
However, your division, Haynes, where Howie's in, you guys are close. It could be anyone's game.
Yeah, he's only a game out of first. That's what's funny. I mean, he's right there. A game is nothing. 6 games, that's a problem. I mean, when you're in Houston's division and you're 1-5, you're looking up going, Jesus Christ, am I ever going to catch this guy? 1 game, that's tight.
Like Moontown is 1-5. He's 2 games out of first.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Yeah, but the city's right there.
Is it Kudos? Is that how it's pronounced? Kodos. Livingston has been on fire for him.
Has he?
Yes. This season, Livingston has been doing very well. He's got 1,900 yards.
He's averaging almost 40 points a game.
He's got 19 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. His yards per attempt are 9.12. Quarterback rating of 109.
30. What?
What's that?
About 33 points a game. I missed the tie. I thought he was averaging almost 40 points a game. He's played 6 games.
He's worth every penny of his $60 million he's being paid right now.
And he was worth 4 first-round draft picks.
Yeah.
Is that what he gave up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's not too many times where somebody has the ability to even pay that. He had traded for an extra one. And he gave him the 3 he had and that one to move up.
I like to do a show on all those draft picks that he traded. And he traded to who? Snapfinger? And what he did, Snapfinger. What did Snapfinger do with those picks? And what did those picks turn out to be?
The Snapfinger's got a good roster.
Well,
he just doesn't. I don't know. I mean, you look at Snapfinger's players.
He's 3-2. I mean, he's in the middle of it this year. Right now, he would be a playoff team.
His quarterback Schultz is not doing. It's doing well. He's 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 1,200 yards, 92-point quarterback rating. His running game is decent, and he is 1 game out of first place. Well, actually 2 because of he had a bye.
You know who else has a young QB that's developing pretty nicely?
Who's that?
Rochester.
Yes. Yes, he is.
He's not playing great this season, 8 TDs and 7 picks, but seems like they're winning anyway. My guess is it won't take too long for Easy Lee to shake the rust off of that and figure out what's the problem and make an adjustment.
Which is kind of funny because the other 2 years he played much better.
And that's, you got to look at the schedule. Who's he playing? I mean, he's 5-1, but I mean, is he playing the East Rochester Midgets, or is he playing the Helen Keller School for the Blind, or is he playing Ben and Quicksand and a bunch of really tough teams? I mean, where's his schedule at?
No, it wasn't. The teams he played were all losing teams. However, but every GM in this league is basically knows how to play.
Yeah, but North Plainfield may have a losing record, but that defense is tough. Cap City's always tough. Mm-hmm. You play T-Zac.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say. Everyone, even though you have a losing record, the GMs here, they're all good.
He beat Matt, the Merchantman. That was a fairly close game. Paris was a close game. He's got a bye week Monday, too. And then he plays Julio. Yep, you get a day off and you get to play this buzzsaw.
Yeah, North Plainfield, their defense has always been lights out. It's his offense he's always trying to jumpstart.
Well, maybe those 3 picks he got for Brandon. Isn't that where you got Brandon Rhodes from?
Yeah.
Oh, you got it from North Plainfield.
Yep.
I wonder what he did with your picks. That would be interested to know.
And what's
He got
Brady
a-
Ladner doing this year?
Not great. Last year he wasn't very good at all. This year he's a little better. I keep an eye on it.
On who?
Brady Ladner.
He's not doing so well.
The thing with that, though, that I mean, I get, you played a first, a second, and a third, and your quarterback sucks. You're playing a free agent. Yep, I feel like a dumbass. Yeah, but it was a 1, 2, and a 3, and what I thought was a pretty mediocre to bad draft. So I wasn't going to find a QB there. That was for sure. I didn't have a problem with it. I was like, you know what? If that's what it takes. Let's make the move. Let's take a shot. It didn't work out, but I don't feel like I paid 2 or 3 firsts to get somebody that bombed. I paid a 1, 2, and a 3 in a bad draft. So.
Oh, that's how I think of it. If this player I feel is going to help my team, I'm going to pay what I think is fair, that I want to pay. And whatever other people say, okay, but it's not your team. This is my team. This is what I think this player is worth for my team. And I have to sit with the consequences, or I sit with the rewards, whichever way it goes. And that's how I look at it. So you're choosing Rhodes. When you told me about him, I'm like, that's a good pick. I would take him on my team.
Well, anybody that knows me knows I trade picks. I've got a history of trading picks. And that's something that's always been my Achilles heel because it's not a good way to build a team. I mean, you think it is when you make the trade, and half the trades work out and the other half don't. Your cohesion suffers, and you flutter around 500, and you'd have been better off just keeping the picks. What I've been doing lately is I'm not going to trade a future pick very often. I did make that mistake this past draft, and I'm going to pay for that next year in the draft. I don't have my first. But that's the only pick I believe I've traded from that draft crop. So I still have the rest. But what I do is I wait till the draft, or at least till the season rolls, and now you know where that pick is. Because there's no worse feeling than trading a future first, and then going 4 and 12, and you traded 1, 2. That's like the worst.
North Plainfield,
If you're going to trade 1, 2, you want to get paid for 1, 2.
North Plainfield is ranked number 9 on scoring defense. However, they're ranked number 28 on scoring offense. They put up 15 points per game, but they hold their opponent to 17 points a game. So if they can just score a little bit more on offense, they can probably be 5-1 right now.
Okay, here's who he got in the trade from me. Cornerback Ephraim Booker at 119, and receiver Trevor Thornton at 120. One of them was the pick he got from me. And then the second round picks were running back Mark Henson and right corner Ezra Hansen at 218 and 220. So one of them he got from me. And the third round picks, I can't tell. Maybe 317 was the running back, Pat Carlisle.
So that was this past draft, right?
No, it was 2 drafts ago. But, I mean, these are second-year players. But that doesn't look to me like he reaped any big benefits from that trade. Neither have I, but neither is he. It looks like it boiled down to pretty much a nothing trade for either team. It didn't work out for either of us. I mean, he's done well.
What I like about you, Bob, is you do what it takes to to shake up your team and give your team a chance to win.
Yeah, it doesn't always work, but I try.
Well, it's worked this year.
Well, I'm just looking at the standings, how it plays out. Rochester and Toronto are fighting it out for first place. Then you go down, you got Houston just running away with that division. Next one, you got Bend running with Snapfinger right behind him. You got Julio doing very well at 5-1. Everyone else is 2-3 in his division.
Yeah,
Our division, it's you and I at
5 of the
5-1.
6 playoff teams there.
What's that?
You can already see pretty much 5 of the 6 playoff teams there. Rochester, Toronto, Houston, Tucker, and Gothenburg, they're going to be there.
Correct.
Everybody else is fighting for that last wild card.
That's it. In our division, me and you are 5-1. Next division, you got Outer Banks at 3-3. Then 2-3 is Capital right behind them. Chesapeake is at 5-1. Brooklyn's at 4-1, and Williamsburg, Brother Grimm, is at 4-2. That's a close one. And then we got Colorado at 4-1 and Oakland at 3-2.
So you got 11 teams looking for 6 playoff spots, and it's close enough that pretty much any of those 11 could make it.
Yeah, so it's almost as though you really have to win your division.
It's a lot tighter on our side than it is on theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. This season for sure.
And it's going to come down to our division games that we play each other. Red Zone.
You think?
Between, me and you, and
so
you
that
and
would be
Mac,
week,
me and Mac.
That would be weeks 11 and 17.
I know, the last one I noticed that. We played the last week.
I
have a feeling that game is going to be the deciding factor. What do you think?
Could be.
Interesting season for you guys.
Let's put it this way. I hope whoever loses that game doesn't miss the playoffs. Let me put it that way.
Fair enough. I agree on that one.
I think there'll be a wild card coming out of your division.
Yeah, but it could be Mac.
It could be Mac. And then Mid-Atlantic. There'll be a wild card coming out of that division. Or 2.
I think Colorado and Oakland probably make the playoffs. Obviously, I think Chesapeake is, at this point, looking like the favorite in his division. I think the rest of it is still too close to call.
Brooklyn.
There's not a big enough gap to say, hey, this guy's going to be there. You go on a losing streak. If me or Kansas loses 3 in a row, we got a problem. And if Texas wins 3 in a row, everybody else in that division is going to have a problem because he's going to probably be up closer to the top. I mean, there's still a lot of room. There's 11 teams right now that are actively looking for a playoff spot, for 6 spots.
We are holding on.
And I'm not sure I can discount the other 5 teams, but 3 of them have 1 win. So, I mean, that unless they turn it around real fast.
Brooklyn, don't count Brooklyn out either. And Brother Grimm,
Brother
Grimm he put up 170 points. Think about that.
He put up 52 points against me last week. Last week's game, 52-17.
Look at Brooklyn's defense. He's given up 16 points a game? 5 into 80. Yeah. Under 16 points a game because he's only going up 79.
So it can go either way because I'm looking at the people who put up the most points. Of course, Kodos, 197 points.
That's insane.
I know. That is crazy. Then you have right behind Julio.
Look at Julio. He's right behind him, 5 points away.
186.
11 points.
He's got his team rolling. And then we have, I believe it's Williamsburg at 170 points.
Yep.
So they've been...
So Brother Grimm knows how to game plan for the offense. I thought he was a defensive guy that ran the ball.
They've been a steamroller. And he didn't like his offense, I remember. I know definitely last season.
I bet he likes it now.
Well, he's playing that new quarterback, Freeman.
Yep.
Yeah,
12 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Not bad.
not bad.
Not bad. He is ranked number 3 in scoring, 28.3 points per game, and 15 in defense, scoring defense, 21 points per game. Do we play their division, Red Zone?
Let me look. I don't think so. I think I somehow or other got the luck of the draw to play Chesapeake. I don't know if I play Brooklyn. Let me see my schedule here.
I think we play the West Division. That's what we play.
We are matched up against that division this year.
Yeah, this is my next 4 games. Oakland at home, at Colorado, at Arizona, and then home against Kansas. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't envy you there, Bob.
That's 4 tough games.
Yep.
Yeah,
Real
you
tough.
do. You have tough games coming up. That is
So
true.
do you. Go look at your schedule. You think yours is any easier? Pull yours up. You got the same schedule as me, buddy.
I got
Your next
Arizona.
4, look at your next 4. You got Arizona at home, at Iowa, at Colorado, and at me.
I know.
And then at the end of the year, you play Tucker and me the last 2 games, and Arizona the week before that.
Are you kidding? The rest of the season is tough for me.
It's crazy. You got Brooklyn. I don't have to play Brooklyn, do I? Let me see. Maybe I do, and I just didn't.
The only one in this,
You only have one losing team, other than Iowa, which is in your division, which is always a tough game. You only play Orlando, which has a losing season. Every other team you play for the rest of the year has a winning season.
And they all have either
you talking to,
they either have 1 loss or 2 loss. The
Are you
rest of
talking
the
to
teams I'm
Kansas or me?
playing.
Because I think it's the same thing for me.
It's going to be the same for both of you.
Yeah.
Thank God my defense scoring is at number 1 with 11 points per game. If I can keep that up all the way through, I can survive.
Okay, now here's what I want to see. Ben. He's got Augusta and Houston. He's got Orlando, Snapfinger, Iowa, Orlando again, Snapfinger again. I don't think his schedule's as tough as ours is. I don't want to know why. Let's see. Where's Julio? Let me see what he's got left. Oh, he's got a couple tough ones on here. Bordeaux, Rochester, Paris, Mass Louise, Colorado, Fort Wayne, that's T-Zac, Mass Louise again, Fairbanks, Bordeaux again. Yeah, I guess he's got his schedule's pretty tough. Let's see Rochester. Who's he got left? Oh, wow. He's still got to play Toronto twice.
Ooh.
And Gothenburg. North Plainfield won't be easy.
Hey, I always say if you're going to make the playoffs, you got to
He's got Ben and Howie.
beat the good teams.
He's got Ben, Howie, and Outer Banks. Boy, Easy Lee got a tough schedule, too. Go look at that.
I'm looking at it right now. He does.
I guess there's nobody with an easy road, huh?
How about you, Haynes? How's your schedule?
Yeah, let's go look. Oh, nothing to it. Chesapeake, Texas, Toronto, Oakland,
Toronto,
Rochester.
Oakland,
Yeah, no sweat.
Rochester.
Huh? No
So-
sweat, huh, Tony? Nothing to it. Just mail it in, huh?
That's the thing about this league, you know.
You take somebody lightly, you lose.
Yep. Is every GM, top to bottom, is pretty solid.
And I'll tell you what, I remember there was a debate on the USFL forums, and this had to be 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. And one of the things that was brought up was, in certain leagues, who game plans every game and who puts a game plan in for the week or who puts a game plan in for the season. And somebody made a comment that they felt like IHOF in particular, since there were 6 games a week, people were putting a game plan in and just letting it ride for the week. They weren't game planning individually for each game every time. And I got news for them. I go and look at that export tracker when I send my file, and there are new files every day. It's not empty.
Yeah.
There are people game planning for every game, just like every other league.
No, I like that everyone is active in doing that.
All right, those files are there. You can look, and I'll get up. I'm a night owl, so I'll be up late, and I'll go to sleep for a couple hours, and the dog will need out or something. I get up, so I'll be sitting here at 4 or 4:30 or 5 o'clock when Ben's running the sim, and I'm like, okay, has he pulled the files yet? And you go look, and it's right in front of your face. You're looking at how many teams exported right before he sims. I mean, you see, believe me, he's getting minimum 20 or 22 exports. I bet you sometimes some sims it's as high as 26 or 28. But people are exporting every week. They're paying attention. Trust me. There's no cupcakes in this league.
Oh, look at Mech's schedule. He's got me. He's got Oakland. He's got you. So he's got those 3 games back to back to back. Then he jumps down. He's got Ben. He's got me again. And then he's got Snapfinger. And then he's got Iowa at the bottom.
Iowa twice. Those division games are tough.
Yes.
But somehow his schedule looks a little easier than ours. Not much, but a little. Although I guess maybe not. He's got to play Oakland too, so do I. You already did. He's got to play Ben, and I already did. Who else is the same? Did he play? He didn't have to play Chesapeake, huh? I don't like that.
Why doesn't he have to play Chesapeake?
Why doesn't he have to play Chesapeake and I did? I don't understand. That's not fair.
Did I have to play Chesapeake?
No.
No,
Just
I did
me.
not. That's right. Oh, because you know why? I have Brooklyn. You don't have Brooklyn. I bet you he has to play
It's
Brooklyn.
got to do
as
with
well.
the division standing. It's a first place, second place thing.
He does not have to play Brooklyn as well. No. All right. Well, it's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see next Friday.
Well, 6 more games. We're going to have. We'll be 11 games in, so things will be a lot more clear next weekend.
Yes. See where it is. Hopefully, we all stay healthy with our players, and we can perform.
That's what it comes down to. I mean, who's going to make it through the season the healthiest?
Well, that's the one.
Arizona only has 1 player hurt. But yeah, what you're going to say, Red Zone?
I was going to say that's the thing that makes me wonder a little bit about trading Rhodes. But I mean, if Spencer got hurt, I honestly don't know if I'd go back to Rhodes. I might go with the young guy, that Abraham Cato, however you say his name. I looked at that this morning too. I'm like,
he was an OBX for a while.
Yeah, that's where I get all my QBs.
I got him from a trade from T-Zac.
If he hasn't played for Outer Banks, we don't want him.
You picked him up in the trade? This guy? Caught him?
No, I got him in free agency.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I got him in a trade. I got him in the trade where I traded for Corey Mason.
Oh, okay.
So I got a 2nd round pick in this guy for Corey Mason.
I don't know if he'll ever turn into anything or not, but I mean, I know what Rhodes is, so I mean, I'm kind of done with that. The only road he has is out of town.
I can't wait to see his new home, Rhodes.
I think it's going to be what was the team that picked up Heath.
Oh, Paris?
Yeah,
Nah.
I think it's gonna be Paris.
Nah, he won't mess unless he might mess with him if he ends up in free agency next year. But I don't know.
He's got great sense, rush bars, timing, and accuracy, Heath. Oh well. I was hoping that he made a franchise quarterback out of the guy. I really was. I kept watching Heath's career and seeing if he's going to be playing well over there.
Maybe I should do that. Hey, Paris, I'll give you Landon Rhodes for Johnny Heath. We'll trade 2 screw-ups. See if one of them works better on the other team.
Yeah, but we have our bye week, so we're going to try to get healthy. I also lost my tight end, so he's out as well.
That would actually be fun, Tony.
What's that?
Beat Kansas over the head with Johnny Heath.
Right?
For the next 10 seasons.
That I would be very upset. I would be very upset about that.
That would be fun. I might have to find Jimmy Johnson and see what he thinks about that. I mean, what the hell? You don't know what you got, you know.
How funny would that be? All right, guys. Anything you guys want to add?
No, I think we did it all. It was a fun show.
It was.
No predictions this time.
No predictions, please.
Okay.
Don't jinx me.
All right. Good luck, guys.
We're going to do one prediction, and it's not your red zone. Haynes on your division.
Oh boy, let me pull it up. Let's see.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I know. That's why I'm picking it.
I got injuries, so I'm otherwise I'd bet on myself. But
I'm a believer though. I'm going with Outer Banks to win it.
I don't know if I like that.
I haven't looked that much at Capital City to say I don't know what they're doing this year, but let me take a quick look here.
They do well every year for about the first 8 weeks or so, and then they struggle.
And the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah, his QB has played so far. I mean, the running game.
I mean, his quarterback puts up the numbers. His receiver puts up numbers. They're always.
He's up there in third down conversions. He's not scoring a lot of points, but he is keeping the chains moving.
Yeah.
His defense is giving up 24 points a game. That's 21st in the league.
Yeah, I don't understand what Howie's doing.
I'm going to say
he's not doing better.
I'm going to say just based on just a quick look. I don't know. I always root for Howie because I don't know. We talk a lot, and I just kind of root for him. You know, we're buddies, and I'm going to say Outer Banks, Texas, Capital City, and Moontown in that order. I don't know if Howie will be able to get a wild card spot, though. I think there's a lot of competition for that, and that might be more.
Yeah,
I think he'd be okay with rebounding to 8-8 or 9-7 and just barely missing the playoffs and continuing to build for next season. And I think I see that's about where he'd be.
Yeah, Howie's struggling on defense with stopping people from scoring, but he's also not scoring as well.
Right.
Which is holding him back. And
we talked about
that reflects his, like you just said, red zone, his running game before.
Well, we talked about a couple of things he can do to make that work differently now. It looked to me like he did them in his game against Williamsburg. That's a nice win for him to beat Williamsburg. That's a tough game. And then Moontown come back and smacked him around today. So I don't know if he got away from it or if the game got out of hand early. But, you know, if you fall behind early, you start throwing more. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
All right. Can't wait till next Friday to see where the the league turns out to be.
Should be interesting.
He won't be real happy, Tony, if he's 5-6 or 5-7 next Friday.
Nope.
He'll want to go back in time and get back to where we are now.
I hope by next Friday I'm 10-1.
Oh,
Bold prediction.
I said I hope by next Friday I'm 10-1.
well, I was going to say I hoped I was 11-1, but I forgot I got a bye Monday, so that's not possible.
Mm-hmm.
But I think 10-1 would be asking for a whole lot. I think
Am I
I'd
hearing
take
a
8.
prediction? Did we just hear a prediction from Red Zone? I thought we
No,
were
no,
doing
no, 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 no,
predictions.
no, 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 no. No, don't you put those words in my mouth. Don't you dare say no. I was about to say that I think if I was 8-3, I'd be happy.
Okay. We're not going to put that in your
Those
mouth.
games are tough. If I go 3-2 in the next 5, I think I'd be okay. 8-3 would be fine.
All right, everyone. Happy post-Thanksgiving. Also to the fellows in the league, happy post-Thanksgiving. And we'll talk another time.
Yeah,
Yep,
happy
sounds
holiday
good.
season.